The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Matchbox light.
Here's 2nd and 8. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Check.
From the gun on 3rd down, Eason. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Coleman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off play action, Eason. This one complete to Coleman. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Eason. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Cut, cut, cut. Wait. Ball track.
On 1st down, Taylor. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Ready? White 25. Check 56. Watch twins. Check 13. Let's go.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Ready? Black 25 behind. No.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Winston going to get this out to Evans. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
You got 3 down. Sponge. No,
Taylor. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
56, right there, 56. Green, come team. I'm coming after you. 49, check 49. Let's go.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And he finds Howard complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Here we go.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Taylor. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Ready? Black 22. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Check. Hey, let's get a good person. 24. Come on. Sunday. Check 4. Watch the ship.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Come
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 18-yard line. Here we go. 10-2 stop. Squeeze, double. Get it.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ready. 70, Indy. Hey, Wahoo. 31 to Mike. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Eason. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Ready? Blue ready. Check 56. He runs. Check 3. He's checked.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Check 52. Check the backer. White. Hey, I want to 50.
Now a give, right side. Taylor. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So that one will get him halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 7. Check. Ready. Blue ready. Check. 53's mine. Hey, stop. Kill. Check 99. Green, come and see. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Taylor. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
A 30-yard attempt.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The 24-yard line.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
You got time right there. Hey, Delta.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Complete to Calvin Ridley. It's a gain of 6.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
General West. Hey, Foxtrot.
From the gun, Eason. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. To return is Taylor. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
From the 27, Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Ready?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Winston. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Joker, 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 joker. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Check 56. Watch him. Sunday. Here we go. Here we go. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, turn it up. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now Taylor. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Easy.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
36. Flip it. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. We go even.
Jameis to throw it. And Brate, the tight end's got it. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
The give to Taylor. Oh, he's got a little daylight, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And he will make it back to the 15. And that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. He hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Ryan to Jones there. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He finds Coleman. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. On 1st down, it's Coleman. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Over here. Run. Stay home.
Throwing is Rodgers. Looking deep for Julio. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been a man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
That one good for 37 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a fourth down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the fourth.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you're still in this game. Yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope now. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Throwing on second and long. Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's go.
Following the interception, Winston. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he coughed it up. And the Falcons grab it. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Coleman now. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
First down, Atlanta.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Second down, 6. At the Buccaneers, 11.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard
line. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Taylor. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On 1st down, Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run with Taylor. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their